So this conversation started on the Don't Quote Me podcast. For the life of me, I don't know why this conversation even came up, but cool. We're here now. Let's talk about it. Jim Jones, you can't tie Nas's shoelaces in a really busy shopping centre at 5 o'clock rush hour on a Tuesday evening. It's just not that.
It's, what do they say?
It's just not that.
They just operate as artists. They're operating in different spaces. I mean, like Nas is a generational talent, yeah, who's stayed particularly true to what he is and was able to sell records doing that. Jim Jones has got one. What?
Okay, we'll go for it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We'll go for it. You know what I mean? It's like
we're here for that.
Even there was even a clip that's on my way here on the train. I saw a clip of Nas talking about. He's actually addressed it, and he goes, where do I even start with Jim Jones? Like, what's my... If I was going to diss him...
Did he say that?
He said, if I'm going to diss him, what is my first bar to Jim Jones?
Oh, my God.
It wasn't AI,
He didn't say that.
No, it wasn't AI.
Okay, all right.
Right? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, if Eminem comes to me, I'm going to be like, pause. I'm going to be like, oh, wow, I better get my game up. Or Pusha T wants a beef. I'm like,
He started mentioning names.
But Jim Jones?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
He was like, come on. What am I going to say to Jim?
But I get what he's saying. He's trying to say, like, they're Gen Z. Like, do the Gen Z know who Nas is?
But do the Gen Z know who Jim Jones is?
100%.
Okay,
I know.
So here's how this thing started.
I get that both of them are unknown to the youngsters.
So here's how this thing started, Gams.
He's a legend, but...
Jim Jones loves attention too much. That's
someone in this, on this pod said, is that the name of the pod you said?
Yeah, it's called... Don't Quote Me.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying it like you're not sure what... Okay,
no, it's called Don't Quote Me.
This Donny, who's of the Nas generation...
He's like 23 years old.
Of the Nas generation.
Oh, who?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the guy who posed the question.
Right.
Was asking about Nas and this kid who's on there, probably King Dre's age.
How old is King Dre?
Damn, he's a bit...
Damn!
King Dre... By the way, people, looks older and bigger than 16. Yeah, allow it.
Yeah, he's on that.
Talk respectfully.
He's on that planting and hard food.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. Yeah, respectfully.
Cornmeal porridge and...
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hard though, bread.
Let's go.
All right, so he said like, he said that Jim Jones is more relevant than Nas right now. And the guy was saying to him, well, let's go record for record. And he's like, look, obviously he's got Ballin', he's got Pop Champagne, he's got classics like that. He's got Summer War Miami, which is a bad boy tune. Mm-hmm. So the elder statesman was like, well, Nas has got this. And it's like, well, without Nas, you don't get Jim Jones. Because Nas set up the template and he was one of the first to walk in order to help this hip-hop generation be a thing.
Right.
So fast forward now, he's saying to the guy, well, the kid saying, I think he was like 23, Jumpman. He was like, Jim Jones is giving us way more than raps. He's giving us the style and the fashion and the wop and yada yada yada. Cool. God. So now Fat Joe and Jadakiss.
Who I'm so disappointed with.
Why?
The most. Because they should have just said to Jim Jones, allow it.
Well,
they at the beginning of the thing they said we're not talking about stars. We're not talking about camera. But we're going to talk about Nas.
This is my problem, Drizzy. Yeah, and I get it. Fat Joe, and Jadakiss, they're technically his peers, right?
Yeah.
I get that. They're even similar age. Nas is 51. Jim Jones is 48, right?
Yeah.
So let's not even do that, right? But what disappointed me even in that conversation is, bro, Ski, you and Nas aren't the same, brother. You can't okay. If they want to do numbers, because that's what the conversation came up with numbers. Jim Jones has no number one hits, 3 top 10 hits. And 9 titles, 9 releases, yeah? Right. Nas has 6 number one hits, 16 top 10 hits, and 24 titles, yeah?
Yeah.
Nas has sold over 250 million copies worldwide. That's just not United States. That's outside the United States.
Right.
When I tried to Google how many copies Jim Jones has sold. Google told me, shut your mouth.
Shut it again.
Google said to me, bruv, I don't even know that. I can't find that information because it's not that many.
And that's the debate done right there.
Right.
And we're not even
However,
getting into it culturally either.
I'm gonna shoot Jim Jones some bell.
Sorry, say again?
I'm gonna shoot Jim Jones some bell based on those stats you just gave.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Jim Jones is top 10 records are Jim Jones records. All of Nas's are features.
What, his top 10s?
All Nas's top 10 records are features.
I don't think that has beers any
I'm
weight.
just saying, bro.
I don't think that beers any weight.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. It gives him some bravado in his statement. He's saying, me as a rapper, I have my own top 10 songs. I have Ballin' and Pop Champagne in the top 10. Those are my songs.
Okay.
Your top 10s in there, you're a feature on someone else's song.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I
You don't
I
care.
Think it matters.
So if that, if
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters, bro.
So I win a race by myself and you won a race with the help of other people. It doesn't matter.
Your coach helped you.
If you believe that and you care about that, calm. That's cool. That's your opinion.
I feel that's a valid point.
I don't care about
you don't care?
No,
okay, cool.
I don't care about that.
But it's a valid statement, though.
I don't care.
It's valid.
How?
Definitely valid.
Nas got one solo record of his own in the top 10. What are we doing?
Let me just say.
What's so
Drizzy's
hard to
point is
understand?
valid. It doesn't matter.
I just played you 4 records that don't even pisses all over those tunes you just mentioned to me. And
we're not talking about
you're chatting to me about what he did in the top 10.
No. Let's not do that. You're moving the goalpost. Now you're talking about quality of records. We didn't say that. Let's not move the goalpost to benefit your argument.
We did talk about quality.
Yeah, but in regards to this,
talk about numbers.
Don't move the goalpost to benefit your argument.
We're talking about numbers.
All I said was, Jim Jones stated, regards to he's the one that brought it onto himself, regards to Billboard.
Yeah, I'm glad you
and
said
that's
that.
why everyone went to check the stats. All I'm saying to you is, Jim Jones as a solo artist, not in Dipset, Bird Gang or none of that, as a solo artist, has 2 top 10 records. As a solo artist. All of Nas's top 10 records, he is a feature. Whether it's J-Lo, whether it's whoever, it's a feature. So Jim Jones, in that argument, it carries weight.
Well done.
Because you are running a race with the help of a bunch of people and I ran a race by myself I won.
Well done.
Don't now bring in the quality of the records. That's not the argument, bro.
Woman's going to cry.
Just an argument.
But the other thing is, right, to respond to that.
Please.
Right.
Quickly.
Damn.
Maintain. That's why you're here, bro. Because, bruv, yeah.
I
Cool.
don't know why that was so hard to understand, though.
But
like,
when you
what's Nas's biggest record to go up against Ballin'?
All of them.
What
is Nas's biggest? I don't want all. All is a blanket statement.
All right. Let me just make the point I was trying to say.
All is everyone has a part.
Let me just make the point.
What is the Ballin'? What is the equivalent to Nas's to Jim Jones's Ballin'? That's all I asked you, my brother.
Illmatic.
What are we doing, bruv? Ballin' as a successful record, what is Nas's equivalent, bro? I'm not asking difficult questions.
Okay, if I was to say what the equivalent, all right,
talk to me.
If I have to say what the equivalent was, I'd have to say If I Ruled the World featuring Lauryn Hill. That's the first song that comes off the top of my mind. Now let me finish.
Go on.
A feature is not as, it doesn't carry the weight that you're giving it for the terms of this argument. Like, the song, as a producer, the song's normally done.
I should be wearing shade.
Yeah? The song's normally done. The concept is there.
See my eyes, bro.
And I think, you know what? It needs something. And you holler at a Lauryn Hill or you holler at J-Lo or whoever, and you bring them in like, listen, I've got this song, and I think you fit it. This is what I want you to sing.
Right.
So that's how features work. The feature don't come in and dictate
what
the song's going to be.
No, right. But all I'm saying is Jim Jones by himself has carried himself into a top 10. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Drizzy, all I'm saying is, what does that matter to me in this conversation?
Well,
I don't understand, because this is why I say this. You're giving me statistic stuff. I could talk about footballers with higher stats than another footballer, but that footballer with the lower stats is a much better player than that player. I don't care what Jim Jones has got in his locker when it comes to where he positioned in the charts or his number. He's not.
Let's just have a one-way conversation then.
He should not be. He should not be spoken. No.
It's not one way.
He should not be spoken in the same breath as Nas. End of. That's my opinion.
So as a man, he is meant to just fold and go, yeah, nice.
He's supposed to say he's the best. When rappers come out, they have a bravado. They sit there when the mic's on and they go, I'm the best rapper.
Bro,
but deep down, off mic, he knows Nas is
but
not
you're contradicting yourself then.
It's not.
You contradicting yourself because you
Right,
said
how?
as a rapper, it's a competitive sport. He's meant to say he's better than next person.
But factually,
which
he's
is
not.
what he did.
But factually, he's
But
not.
it's got to be grounded in reality.
He's
though.
not. But he. So what do you want him to
I
do?
don't think his
Say it on the
argument
mic?
was like, I'm better. It's more about legacy than
Bro,
relevance.
he believes
You know?
he's more relevant than Nas.
Yeah, I don't think.
And if you look at everything, so if you want to move the goalposts, bars, dress code, swag, yada yada yada, online presence, yada yada yada, he might be winning more categories than Nas. Does that make him better than Nas as a rapper? No, we're not saying that.
But
All
I don't
we're
think
saying
he's
is
relevant.
there's certain categories Jim Jones has Nas beaten at. It's that simple.
All right. Let's leave it here because I'm from a different cloth. And when you put Nas, Biggie, Hove in a conversation, and then you mention Jim Jones, you got Drizzy here sitting next to me telling me about chart positions. Don't piss me off,
bro. You just
let's keep it moving.
Chart positions.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let's move on. Look, we're moving on.
You just listed off chart positions,
I brought up chart positions because the podcast spoke about chart positions.
Yeah, but then I am using your argument regarding that, and
no,
like,
their argument.
Do you know what we think we should do?
Their argument.
We should do an arm wrestle to see who wins.
Bro,
No.
I'm done, man.
Let's have the conversation.
Oh, you want to have it now?
No, they brought up statistics.
Right. And then I said to you as a counterpoint that based on those statistics, while it favors Nas, Jim Jones has by himself, uno dolo, himself solo, two in the top 10 that are his records.
Yeah.
So on that basis, he's not featuring on other people's songs to get to the top 10. He's got two by himself.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, in some way, shape, or fashion, in his head, he believes that's enough for him to have this argument.
But do you?
And then you said...
Stop.
In regards
now,
to the...
you?
I'm going to answer. May I answer?
No, yes
Sir,
or no?
I'm the captain of the plane. Can I land?
It's a yes or no.
I'm the captain of the plane. Can I land?
Go for it.
In regards to this conversation of him being more relevant than Nas...
Listen, it gets tense.
In regards to him saying he's more relevant than Nas...
I love it.
He's valid to say, yes, based on what I just said, I'm more relevant than Nas. And there's a lot of people that will tell you Jim Jones is probably more relevant than Nas.
No, Jim Jones is clout chasing. He said on a separate piece of content that he's got some sort of show coming up and he loves the feedback that he's getting because everybody's in his DMs telling him he's not the same. And he's got 48-year-olds in his DMs telling him he ain't the same.
Know who's made him relevant again? It is what it is with Cam and Mace. That's what got him back on the radar when they was going through their little thing. And Cam was saying, "You're not even from Harlem, B. You're from the Bronx.
Right.
Like you're Jomo. Like you're not. I mean, I brought you around because I liked you, not because you're particularly good at anything. And then Mace taught you how to rap. Like relax.
But maintain.
And he wants to tell me about chart position when man told him
He's making a point. Drizzy was just making a point. He's just making
someone sees.
So what do you think about the Travis?
Like we can't have a conversation if we're being biased to one person. So let's have both arguments. You can't just be so biased to one person and you don't want to have a counterpoint for the other person.
All right,
like he believes in something. You just said rap is a competitive sport and you're meant to be a man.
I'll give you an unbiased take. I'll give you an unbiased take.
Try.
Jim Jones is a half decent artist.
Yeah.
So we went through all that just for you to say at least he's half decent. What we did?
So Travis Scott, what we saying?
Travis Scott.
What we saying about Travis
What about
getting
his beef?
Fuck Travis Scott.
People in the comments, tell me. People in the comments. People in the comments, tell me how you feel. If you feel like Drizzy, then let us know. If you feel like me, let me know. If you feel like I'm missing the point, let us know in the comments. Drizzy Morgan Show. Gamza, where are we going next?
I thought we were fighting next, but we're going to
He's
Travis.
he's fighting over Jim Jones, and I'm fighting over that, bro. This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, it's
what were you
crazy,
about to say, my dear? What was you about to say?
Crazy.
I don't know. I just wanted to move
But
on.
you did well.
Yeah,
We're gonna get views
Travis
for this.
Scott. That's what
We're gonna go viral with this one.